to MinusOneCharisma, Dungeons and Dragons channel.
Oh.
We are back from our holiday break / being sick break / just life being what it is break.
Yeah.
I hope you all are well. I hope none of you are sick. It's been
Horrible diseases going around.
Horrible, yeah.
I'm pretty bad.
I just kind of laid in bed and was like, oh, I wish clerics were a real thing. Like, I would pay 500 gold right now for, like, a lesser restoration.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
IV trip?
100. Dang.
IV trips are a real thing. You can go to, like, an IV bar.
An IV bar.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just shake up some salt water, get an IV, and just stick it in your arm.
No.
Nice.
It's the same thing.
Wait,
Nope. Nope.
It's the same thing.
It's the
What do you
exact
think?
same thing.
500 gold adjusted for inflation is.
500 gold.
Is
If
that-
it was like
would it be
500
like-
gold in D&D time, assuming that was like 500 years ago, a lot.
Yeah.
Like 22 over 7, if we're going to use that inflation rate. I don't know. Years? Nothing. Anyways.
We're not here to discuss this. Yeah, it's way too complicated. No. Dumb it down. Dumb it down.
You know, it really
Just give me a number.
depends. It
You could have
really
been like
depends.
1 billion. And I'd have been like, yeah, it's like $1 billion. That sounds right. Okay, like $1 billion.
It
to
completely
feel better.
depends on like which pharmaceutical companies hire all the clerics. You know, if you
And the
pray-
inflation of gold, you know.
Yeah,
The Moderna cleric or the
exactly.
Pfizer cleric.
Yeah, and then like when we went off the gold standard, that ruined. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but think about like transmutation, you know? Like
True.
Oof.
that's where the
Transmutation.
inflation comes from, is the
God,
turn
can you
stuff into
imagine
gold.
just the chaos of a world with transmutation? Just like wizards who can be like, oh, this
Ugh,
looks like gold.
God.
Haha, it's gold. You want to buy it? $50 for a lot of gold. You're like, great. And you get home and it's like freaking lead.
Fool's
And you're
gold?
like, I'm just gonna eat this and peace
That's
out.
never
Hi.
happened in our life, in our history.
Well, so there's an interesting question, maybe reserved for D&D office hours, but I was reading about that, and it's like if you had 100 pieces of silver and you wanted to turn it into gold, it would end up being an equivalent amount of gold to the silver. You don't lose or gain anything. So if you turned gold into lead, would it become more? Would it just be heavier? I don't know. Actually, it's someone wiser than
Good
me
question.
will answer to that.
Would it be
Yeah, I would
heavier?
not know the answer.
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
like
I mean-
value-wise, it would maintain value, so you would probably have an equivalent amount more of weight.
I mean, if you had the same amount of atoms,
Maybe vice versa.
whatever higher on the spectrum
Wow.
generally would be
I don't
heavier, but like density is a whole different topic depending on like iron is crystalline formats and they make sheets, so like they sit together differently than other things. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
Melissa's so fast now.
I missed
Anywho,
you guys. I missed
Much
this.
science and math.
science and math.
I didn't do well in either of those in school.
Whoa,
I only did well in those.
Bobby, what a cool
Oh,
T-shirt you got
you
there.
smarty.
Why don't you show off that T-shirt? Show
Yeah,
the
let's
viewers.
do that stick. Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
Was that Rainbow
What's
Bright?
underneath it? I mean, what?
You think I'm Rainbow
Is
Bright?
that Raggedy Ann?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Actually, I don't know which one I would be. I might be Rainbow Bright. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's cute.
I kind of see you as like the Lion Care Bear.
That's a whole different IP.
I know. Anywho,
That's like
hey, where can we get
What
one of those
the-
T-shirts if we wanted one?
you can get one. Ask your mom. Hello, I am Kate. Dot either. I think it's store.
Mom,
So,
meatloaf.
hello, I am Kate. Dash store.
Okay.
There you go. Or ask your mom. I think that the mom thing's
Or ask
reliable.
your mom.
So. Yeah.
All right. Let's play some D&D. How about that? Huh?
Let's play some D&D.
Let's play some D&D. Let's find some
Go.
appropriate music for the situation we're in. I don't know, something like
We were sailing peacefully, right?
Weren't we just like hanging out on a tropical beach drinking Mai Tais or something?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
chilling.
I remember.
Nothing
Yeah.
medicine,
Chasing
nothing, the world's
crabs.
not ending.
Play that Mario Kart music. We're just chilling. We're having fun.
Yeah.
So, like, you guys are on a ship, flying through the air over the mirage forest. A deep-seated mist surrounding the entire area you're in, and as you fly over, you start to see little lights, little fire lights in the distance, in the direction of what Cornelia knows is to be Tiny Boots, a town she grew up in, full of friends and family and memories. And as you guys get closer and closer, you notice those little firelights are actually large firelights as you start to see houses and entire plots of farmland and such aflame. And this mass of dark, broken, disfigured creatures slowly trudging forward like this unstoppable wave. And through the firelight, you can see the entirety of Tiny Boots starting to set flame here and there and all around. And through the trees, you can make out little whips of light just coming from what look like almost invisible creatures. You can see them move, but just slightly, as they seem to almost fade and blend in to the background, to the forest itself. And you can kind of make out from far away these cloaked figures with what look like bows firing upon that line of creatures and mobs, kind of just hulking and stretching their way. And you can kind of make out what looks like tall, thin creatures making a line with little bows shooting arrows frantically, and each arrow, a little firelight shoots out and sets aflame another creature. And as that creature goes down in this black, exploding, fiery ash, another creature just kind of crawls on top of it and moves forward. And you guys can see a whole set of gnomes running to the east, just kind of booking it. Some of them holding backpacks, some of them holding their kids, little tiny legs and even smaller feet, moving as fast as they can to the east, as you see a whole line of these tall, thin beings holding what looks like just a line to try and help these things escape. And as you guys kind of fly, you see them all just kind of running to the east. And Cornelia, you know that there's this giant mine called the Emerald Mine, where all the stones and stuff that your family had traded in come from. And as you see them all start to run, this dark black figure, massive dark black figure, crawls out from one of the sides of the mountain. Arms the size of what look like cannons just crawls up, and as the gnomes come to a screeching halt, maybe 20 or 30 of them, it takes its hands like this. The whole ground starts to shake, and you see the mine's entrance collapse. The gnomes now stuck with this giant creature on the right. What look like elves with bows shooting firelight at this line of these hulking, weird-looking, decrepit creatures, some of them broken, start to move, and you see these creatures just smashing against buildings. You see their bones and hands and flesh just breaking as they just try and destroy everything in their path. You guys are kind of coming up. You're pretty close now overhead, and you see a few of these elves start to look up and point towards you in the sky. Kelwise, you're at the helm. You see all this happening. Cornelia, Pup, Rezik, you guys also see all this kind of stuff going on. You see the gnomes trapped down below, and the whole forest is starting to just slowly catch fire as these radiant arrows are just streaking past, setting this evil on fire. What are you guys doing?
What if we slow down and let down lines and try to have everyone climb up on them or get onto the ship somehow? I'm not sure we're going to be able to stop and fight, but maybe if we can give everyone a chance to get out of here, it's a safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with this army being unkillable, there's no way we can really stop it. But yeah, you guys do that. I think I'm going to try to fly around and maybe help from above, throw down some fireballs, maybe just give them some more time.
I'm gonna go help the front line. I think maybe is that a
Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna get separated. And, ideally, we're gonna put as much distance between us and the bad guys as possible.
Does it look like those creatures are those elves, I assume, shooting arrows?
It's hard to tell. They look like elves. They hold themselves very regally, and almost that like even while they're fighting, they kind of give this air of like better than you, holier than thou. As
they look
fire,
like they're...
and they have these cloaks that almost seem to meld with the background. They almost seem to bend light around them, so they're very, very hard to see.
Does it look like they're doing anything to the creatures, or are they just setting fire?
Yeah. Their arrows seem to streak with like this bright, almost radiant energy, and as they hit the creatures themselves start to like burn away from the inside where they were hit and turn into ash as they fall down to the ground. And you guys had remember fighting these things. You had fought some skeletons before in the Darthwood, and nothing you guys did stopped them. It seemed like you could break them apart, but short of taking pieces of them, freezing them, and then throwing them down a well, you guys weren't able to stop it. And it seems like their arrows seem to be dissolving these creatures from the inside out. But there's like hundreds and hundreds of them. So no matter how many arrows they shoot, another just takes their place. And they seem to be shooting wildly, and they're holding the line for now. But you know that they've only got so many arrows.
Yeah. Go ahead, Cornelia. Sorry.
Oh, how many gnomes do you guys see down there? Are there a bunch, or are they all just clumped
Seems to be
together?
like 3 or 4 dozen, yeah, kind of huddled together, now staring at that big creature from the east who's smashed the emerald mine and is slowly kind of crawling up on top of that mountainous entrance to try and come towards them from the east.
Did we want to drop the line? I can go down there and help them get up.
I think maybe we drop several lines, as many as we can, and maybe even the dinghy, if we can send it down on 2 lines so it remains level, might be the best chance to get a whole bunch of people on board. We'll have to slow down a lot, but...
Yeah, I can fly. I can help. I mean, Cornelia and I can both kind of fly, right? Cornelia, you can fly.
Yeah, my cape can fly.
Tight. Okay. So why don't we all work together, kind of get you guys down to be able to help the gnomes, and then I'll take off and start kind of firing from above while you guys help them get on the boat.
Plan.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. I'm gonna cast fly.
Okay.
Thank you,
cast
Richard.
fly. Kelwise, roll me a. Now the tree line here is pretty dense. Kelwise, it's going to be very, very hard to maneuver. Roll me a sail check to try and maneuver this ship down low enough to get the lines down.
Can I help him?
You
I
can.
by looking
Yeah,
out and like
you can do
describing
spot, yeah.
everything that's around.
Roll me a perception check to try and spot for him.
Rolled a nat 1. Woo! I love being
Nat
back.
All right. Yeah, Pup, it's hard because
Wow.
you
First roll.
see the bad one
Out of the way. We got the bad one out of the way.
Welcome back.
There's so much going on, and your attention is split. Your ADD is just going crazy. It's hard for you to concentrate.
There's a lot of stuff. I don't know which one was helpful. I don't know which thing's helpful. There's a tree right there, but there's also a tree behind you, and then also there's the guy.
Okay, got it. Let's just do our best.
All right, Kelwise, roll me a sail check.
That's
with
a natural
advantage.
20.
Oh!
Hey, wow, 1 in 20. Holy shit.
There we go.
So Kelwise
Cancels
is able to
itself.
kind of swoop this
What do you know?
ship, almost Tokyo Drift style, as the
Aw.
back end of the ship just kind of comes into this perfect little alcove
Just floating.
clearing, and then you use your pendant to hold the ship steady over this group of people. The gnomes look up at you, terrified eyes staring up at you. Elves start to point, and you start to see a whole set of the elves start to run in your direction.
Climb aboard now.
Do they think we're friendly? Do the elves look like
I'm
they're about
going-
to shoot at us?
When
Just
they
friendly.
Just
I'm
for
gonna
some
TP down.
context, you guys are in a flying boat that has now just
Yeah.
kind of flown over them and then stopped midair above them. Nothing they've ever seen or heard of before. You guys have. I mean, you guys are used to it now, but you can expect that, like, especially under the
old
circumstances. Yeah.
once we like get there, I'm gonna shadow step down and
Okay.
to where they are.
So you just kind of poof, step through the shadows and appear down below.
Hey,
Damn.
you guys grab onto these things and we're gonna help you. You go. We're gonna get you to safety.
And the gnomes just kind of stare at you, wide-eyed. Roll me a charisma check. With
Different
advantage.
dice. Okay. Charisma?
Yeah.
13.
A 13. Okay, that's enough. The gnomes start to look at you like wide-eyed, and then they look around and there's just chaos all around them, and just the fact that you...
Go! Don't worry, I'm friends with the tiny toe. I'm friends with the tiny toes.
Okay, and that seems
Tiny
to help.
bugs,
You say
come up
tiny.
here.
They hear the tiny toes and they start to climb. Some of them start to climb. A lot of the weaker ones, or those holding lots, just kind of pile into the dinghy. As you see, people start to your friends, your extra crewmates start slowly just pulling up this boat on the line. And as they're climbing, though, you see elves run straight over to you, Pup, and 5 of them all pull these bows back, and you start to see their arrows start to shimmer with that radiant light.
And I put my hands up in Elvish. I'm like, yo! No, don't shoot me. I'm literally here to help. Oh, wait. I know. What's the name of the person that I know?
The Archivist?
I'm friends with the Archivist.
And you see them talk in hushed tones amongst themselves.
Lady, who is the girl?
And
You
they
guys
all
wanna
put
come
their
up
bows
too?
down. Quick, to the evacuation site. And you see
Where?
this woman pull her cowl back. I am Luvine, captain of the Elven Glade. Get them to Moragana. Quickly.
Morgana. Got it.
To the north. And she pulls her
Is there
head back
anything-
up, and she makes a hand signal, and the 5 of them flip around with deadly accuracy, rush back very, very quickly, and just start to fire again upon the wave. And as you guys are getting people up, you notice that they're moving up, but they're moving quite slowly. And Rezik, you would notice from the east that big creature looks up at you, this dark black, it looks almost like a shadow that's just absorbing light, and you start to hear a crack as it breaks the top of this hill up open. It takes this big chunk of rock, holds it over its head, ready to throw straight at your ship.
Yeah, how far away is it?
It's a fair ways away, maybe 100 feet away from you right now.
Okay, so I'll launch. I'm flying above the ship. I'm gonna launch off a fireball from above and just like toss it right at that big creature.
Okay, so you launch this fireball and shoot, boom! It explodes right on his face, and everyone climbing just stops for a second as the whole night sky is just lit up in this area. This creature holding a rock was ready to throw it, but the force of the fireball and it swinging back at the same time. Let's see if it can keep its balance. Oh no, not at all. As you shoot this fireball, the thing just starts to fall back. Falls backwards on the mountain. Again, the whole place starts to shake. As you guys all start to pull people up. Cornelia, you start pulling people up, and just familiar face after familiar face as you start to pull them up. And it's hard because it's dark. I mean, you can see in the darkness, but it's chaos. And you're pulling, and 2 people, you notice, the much older, maybe 20, 25 years older than you remember, but graying at the sides. But you see Burpo and Jelby, the parents of your longtime friends, Arena. You see them as they start to climb up, now much, much older. Burpo and Jelby, just the nicest couple, a second home. Every time you guys would get into trouble, that was the house you guys would go to try and just kind of wait out the storm. Even when you knew a good hiding was coming, they were always there to kind of like talk through things. They never got angry, never got mad. They maybe probably tricksters themselves when they were younger, but they don't really notice you in the chaos, but you pull them up. But you don't see Arena anywhere as you're looking through, and you pull about 35 to 40 of these gnomes up aboard, most of them in that big dinghy. You pull them up. Lots lots of little ones too, new faces. Lots of little new faces and like teenagers that you clearly have never met before. A whole slew, like a whole new generation of gnomes. Yeah, exactly. Definitely giving you the sense that like you've been gone for a very long time, and the world has changed and moved on. But luckily you guys are there. You get them up. And Kelwise, you've got everybody loaded up. The elves down below kind of look at you. And Pup, Luvine, the captain of the Elven Glade, she turns to you and nods. And her elves all take their cloaks and almost throw them amongst themselves and shoof, just vanish into the forest, as if they were never there. And you start to see this wave of creatures crawling over the other bodies. They start to put out the very flames that were their own comrades as they start to, as a mob, just crawl over these buildings and such. What are you guys doing?
I think it's time to go.
Pup, you're still down below?
I would have, after the last person got on, I would have grabbed onto the rope.
Okay, you grab onto the rope and they just kind of pull you up. You guys pull all the lines up. Kelwise, you release your anchor, your magic anchor, and the boat itself starts to move. Just as you see the Rezik, that creature, start to slowly stand up again and look at you angrily. It looks around, starts grabbing handfuls of gravel as if it's just going to start to throw this stuff again. What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna wait for it to once again try to like about to throw and then hit it with another fireball.
Okay. So it rears one arm back to throw, and you launch another fireball. It hits. This thing's gonna try and keep its ground. Oof. This time it seems like it was ready for it. Arm back, hits it, and you see this angry, and even the fire itself starts to slowly absorb into the darkness, the light of the fire being just engulfed and snuffed out, and this giant, almost shotgun barrage of rocks just start flying towards the ship. Kelwise, give me another sail check as you try and avoid this, and let's see how accurate he is.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. At the very last second, he got a 19. You guys fly by. Small pieces of debris bang up against your ship, not really causing any significant damage, but big chunks of rock start to flow by as you guys start to sail off out of his range, and you guys just hear this deep guttural that starts to shake the ground, and you see this monster stare at you, this blank face, as it itself starts to sink into the ground and into the shadows and disappear. And as you kind of look around, huddled close into a big, just kind of grouping, there's just gnomes all over your deck, just huddled together, most of them shivering, clinging to their families and loved ones. Cornelia, you can notice like the families have basically clumped together in little family units, as is pretty natural in these kinds of situations. Maybe not anything this quite severe. As you guys kind of file away, you guys see that wave of disfigured, grotesque beings flood over what looks like the leftovers of Tinyboots, as the whole thing just kind of becomes this wave of darkness.
Wow.
I can't believe that hasn't happened sooner, to be honest, but I'm gonna go check on all the gnomes if you don't mind. Guys, do we have extra food and drinks maybe we can give them?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll go down and fetch some as well. Yes.
Yeah, I think we'll try to get to Morgon as fast as possible and limit our time on the ground because, wow, I can't honestly believe what's changed. That was insane. Way worse than anything we had experienced up until now.
That was bad.
Maybe keep us high.
Yeah, I will. We'll keep a lookout too, just in case there's any flying, who knows what, up here. Honestly, World has changed.
Okay.
Let's tend to
Cornelia,
everyone.
You start looking around and some familiar faces, aged familiar faces. But you see Jelby staring at you from across the deck. Some recognition there, but it's almost as if she can't believe what she's seeing. She takes a couple double takes, whispers to Burpo. Cornelia, is that you? Hi. Hey, it's Cornelia. Cornelia, where have you been?
I'm just gonna run and go give him a hug.
And you walk over, and they both run up and grab you. The both of them, just in this big, huge hug. It's been so long, Cornelia. What have you been up to?
Yeah, I think longer for you, but I've just been
Well, we thought
out
you were gone.
adventuring, actually.
After your ma and pa didn't come back, we thought the worst about you, too.
Where they never returned, even after.
No, the three of you. Myrtle included. You all went off to Capital City, and you never came back.
Yeah, I mean, I searched for them there, and they weren't in Capital City and a few other places, but I assumed they made it back.
No,
Where's Arena?
unfortunately. Arena? Well, she's up at Moragana. She's our liaison.
Oh, wow.
You look the same as when you left.
Yeah, life is crazy. The world is crazy. But I haven't aged much. I mean, you look a lot different. A few
Well,
more gray hairs.
yeah, with everything that's going on in the world, bound to put a few gray hairs on your head.
So what happened? Did they just attack? Did you have warning? It seems like you guys had enough warning to pack some belongings, or what's...
Well, the whole world's been kind of crumbling. Have you heard? Hordes of these demonic creatures slowly taking over the countryside. I thought it was
They kinda
rumors
lost-
until recently when it started coming to the Mirage Forest. And, well, as you see, good thing we were ready and prepared, or we might not have gotten out so quickly.
Yeah,
What have you been up to? Where have you been? Tell us everything.
I mean, I was lost at sea for a bit, but I met some friends and we've just been traveling a bit.
Lost at sea? What were you doing on the sea? Terrible, dreadful business. Never go on the sea.
Yeah, I didn't like it very much, but you know.
You gotta keep your feet on solid ground. Although,
That's
and they look
agree.
around at the boat. I don't know about this thing either.
Kind of cool though, right?
You know, it is actually pretty cool. Flying boat. I thought I've seen everything, but you young'uns always surprise me. Oh, and
Yeah.
here. And they reveal Jelby pulls his backpack around, and there's this little, very, very, very small gnome, maybe 2 years old, attached to her backpack. This is Arena's little one.
What?
Yeah, you've been away for a long time. She's had little ones of her own now.
Oh my gosh.
You've got to tell me your secret. You've got some anti-aging cream or something? Look at you.
Oh
You look
yeah,
as
we got
Pretty as a dandelion like the day you left.
some barrels of some yummy ales helping out.
Ale. An ale that
Mhm,
keeps you from aging. Now that would be everything, wouldn't it?
All about living a stress-free life.
Aye. Well, a lot easier said than done these days. And who are the rest of these folk?
Cornelia, I got a smattering of different things and some sausage, some cheeses, some fruits. I don't know what they like or if they like any of this at all.
Yeah,
hi.
honey.
Hi, am I... Oh, honey. Yeah, some honey. Yep. Okay. Yep. Oh, God.
Well, these are some of my friends. Here's Rezik. Here's Pup.
Hi.
Hellwise. Trust
Oh, hello.
somewhere.
You're all friendly, huh?
Uh,
And they come and they give you big hugs. They seem like, and their hugs are like, they're just surprisingly strong huggers.
Oh my.
Well, and
Thank
friends
you.
of Cornelia's are friends of ours. The tiny boots, very good to us.
Same.
Yeah.
Wow,
Same.
Cornelia.
Exactly.
It's so good to see you. It's
Yeah,
been it's been a long time. We had feared for the
Yeah.
worst.
Well, I'm sorry about circumstances.
It's always circumstances. If it's not a flood of zombies, it's something else.
Yeah,
We're all
well,
safe, and that's what matters. Thanks to the
Yeah,
elves.
Very positive perspective.
Well, you gotta stay positive. Or else, what's the point?
how long have you been in contact with the elves? Actually,
elves?
yeah.
Well, the elves have been the only thing keeping these hordes back. I don't know about the rest of the world. We've kind of been out of contact, but the elves have been keeping everything here safe.
How
But it
long?
seems like they're slowly moving in. Encroaching.
How long have the hordes been happening here?
Well, first the Potsenshire fell, and the elves took a line at the Mirage. Maybe a year or two?
Wow.
But they do seem to be getting bolder and bolder. Don't know how long that's gonna last. We have heard stories, though. Creepy dealings at Capital City and all. Apparently the city itself has not been breached. But I don't know how long that'll last.
I think it will last quite some time.
Yeah?
So it seems like the elves and the gnomes here seem to get along pretty well. It's a good rapport between the two of you. Has that
yeah.
always been the case, or just recently?
Well, the elves have always been the protectors of the forest. And we gnomes,
Yeah.
well, we keep our
Yeah,
head
we don't
down.
mind
We are respectful. Elves have never done us no wrong. Not like you humans. Never had a war against them, none. Ha!
Yes, indeed. I'm the
Not
only human
saying-
here. This is
Not
great.
saying you, in particular, had a war. Just
Yes,
saying,
yes, yes, of course.
Just, not so great dealings.
Mhm.
History's a funny
yep,
thing, huh? Isn't it?
It sure is.
So where are you headed? What brings you over in this neck of the woods? With a flying ship like this, I would expect you to get as far away as possible.
Well, we're coming back. We're headed up to Morgana as well, actually.
Oh. All right. Well,
Seems like a safe place to be.
well, that's convenient for us, is it not?
Yeah, it worked out. Well, again, bad circumstance, but
Right place, wrong time.
Yeah. Isn't that always the truth?
It is.
Well, we'll pass out some of these charcuterie. We appreciate it. Appreciate the lift. And Cornelia. And they come up, and Jelby just gives you a big hug. Arena's gonna be so glad to see you.
yeah,
Maybe we'll even find your parents. You never know.
yeah.
And then they go off and they start handing out stuff as you see the Jelby's like feeding like a fig to the little baby who just noms it down. And one of the things you guys notice as you're watching these gnomes they're not afraid to just eat, but eat with a sense of joy, right? Like some people scarf down food, and it's not that they're eating fast. They're eating joyfully. Despite the circumstances.
Foodies.
Goodies.
Yeah.
These are my people.
I can respect that. Yeah.
Aw.
Well, Cornelia, I'm glad at least we were here to, help him out. I'm really sorry about your home, though. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's some good things stashed down there.
Yeah,
I
well,
bet.
home is where you make it, and at least the people made it out, or most of them, or many.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot more gnomes than 30 something. We'll have to see who. Should I ask Jelby? No, I don't want to hear the bad news yet. Does anyone look wounded? Can I help anyone that's maybe needs bandaging?
Most of the people look pretty good, despite. I mean,
Okay, good.
a little rattled, but they all look pretty safe. It looks like people had stuff packed. They have a lot of gear. It looks like they were pretty ready to split, if need be.
Well, how long to Morgana?
And Kelwai, you can see far to the north. And you have that map that the bourgeois had given you. And Morgana looks no more than like a half day's sail to the north.
About a half-day sail to the north, I think.
Where's the sun at?
And it's, the sun's far set at this point. You guys
We'll
are
come up
sailing
over there.
under moonlight. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's get a move on. No need to stop. It's only half a day.
Okay. You guys start to sail, and you guys look around at your crew. You got Taika. You got Eva with a pendant, Eva's going around handing out water, refreshments, and drinks and helping people out. You guys had recently lost Dresden and Steve and
In peace.
Camden. Camden had gone with them as well.
Eric Karate?
Eric Karate is also on the ship.
Gone. Also on the ship.
Slug's here. Yeah.
Slug, of course.
And Slug, and you guys had picked up
Able to hear
C4,
again.
who Slug,
Oh right, yeah.
who Slug had now
C4.
served.
Forgot about
C4
C4.
walks out to the gnomes and just starts this grandiose tale of adventure, and you guys all find him incredibly irritating, or at least generally irritating. But the gnomes, and Cornelia, you would know this, the gnomes love a good story, and Seafloor is nothing if not a bad captain. He's a good showman as far as it goes. Like, his stories are just unbelievable as hell if you know him, but they're fun. Bobby.
Weird, they all end the same. The ship sinks and he lives. It's so weird.
Because he can't die, we know that now.
Yeah, I was gonna say also, like, behind him, like while he's telling the stories, I'm just gonna like make like little images of like the story for the crowd, and make him. I'm gonna make his image like a little bit cartoonish and silly as it kind of goes through the stories.
Yeah. Ooh, nat 20. Yeah. The two of you together put on quite a show, and the gnomes quickly seem to wind down. Those that were really rattled seem to calm down. This really seems to help as they have some good food and drink in their bellies in a story. Most of them have blankets and such, and they sit in, and they have these, like, it's almost like each group family has their own family blanket that they've sewn, and they each look very old. Like, these blankets have been remade and remade, and the whole family just kind of sits under one blanket in these little units. And it's clear which families are which, and you can notice that everyone, even some that don't look like they're part of a family, have been either pulled in or are sitting, like, everyone is under a blanket, and they look, very proud of each of their blankets. And as they're sitting, Jelby and Burpo motion to you, Cornelia, and kind of wave you over to come sit with them under what you know as the Nimble Feet blanket, the family blanket. And you sit, and it feels like home. It just feels right as you sit, and you guys all see Cornelia just kind of bundled up under the Nimble Feet nimble feet blanket. And it's interesting because these blankets aren't very big, but neither are the gnomes. So like they all kind of just fit. As Rezik and Seafloor just start telling these big tales, and you guys see Slug in the corner, also trying to act out and help with the story. Like, but the most he can do is be like, "Oi, whoa!" Like he's just reacting. No one pays him much mind. As you guys sail through the night, and as you hit, you get closer and closer and closer to Moragana. You see this giant, spired city in just 3 huge chunks. It seems like this big, almost 50 to 60 foot wall all around the city, and these 2 giant areas coupled inside, and then in the back of the city, this massive, what looks like a palace fortress with spires that rise up hundreds and hundreds of feet. Just outside, you see a huge set of what look like tents and such set up in these areas, very regimented and pristine, but kind of makeshift at the same time right outside the city. And you notice that there's elves and such pointing and giving orders, and you see large swaths of what look like people trying to like immigrate in, people maybe offset by this flood. And as you guys start to fly in, you start to hear shouts as elves start to point to the sky as the sun just starts to rise up from the eastern horizon. You guys, that's kind of what you guys notice. Calwise, how are you bringing the ship in?
Yeah. Before that, what's the wall situation like around Moragana? Are there like tall walls, or does it look like well defended? Does it seem like they're relying on it being remote? Like what's their defense structure?
Yeah, so they have these walls that completely engulf the entire city. That's about 60 feet tall, and there are maybe watchtowers every 50 or so feet that seem pristine in this almost whitish gray stone all around it. And there's 2 that look like huge districts that are on the ground level below, and then that castled area seems like another 50-foot wall, and then raised up is this castle with these huge spired towers that kind of look down upon the city and the surrounding area. It looks like incredibly well defended and kind of barricaded in, not just using the remote the air remoteness of it, but also these spires kind of go above the tree lines to look down, and you can see that every single tower is chocked full of what look like elves, wearing the similar cloaks to the elves you saw of the glade, just kind of patrolling outside.
And with our bird's eye view, is there any like water source around, like big lake or anything like that?
Yeah, there is a big lake just to the west, a massive lake, in fact.
Is it within the city walls, or is it right outside?
It's not within the city walls.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think, crew? I don't obviously want to fly this right into the city. I think they're gonna think that we're a foe. They'll probably shoot us right out of the sky, honestly. So I either think we set down outside or way outside and go head over to the water source. Yeah.
Didn't the archivist come here first to tell them that we were coming?
He did.
He knew.
I don't know if he would have said like it's the people in the flying ship, but
is there any flying ship you think exists?
Well, it's not so much the flying. I don't know what details he would have given to them. He might have been like, it's a bunch of short people, and there's one human, and they're sort of, on the fence. They're somewhat agreeable.
I think that's,
they like to blow
that's
things
very
up.
fair. I mean, we know the elves are very protective and very powerful, so maybe we would just land in the water. I'm sure they'll probably send someone out immediately to greet us anyway and figure out who we are in the first place. And
I mean, we're putting on kind of a show. They can't have missed us, really.
Yeah,
we're flying. Maybe let's just go set down in the water. We can anchor the boat. Yeah. Let's start there. If we need to change our plans, we change plans.
Yeah, of course. They'll probably have us fill out forms anyway to be able to land our flying ship somewhere. So let's just figure that out before we.
You think they're bureaucratic like that? You think they would have?
They
forms?
might be. They seem very academic, so they probably have a lot of different things you have to do to get things done properly. I don't know. Just guessing.
Suppose we'll find out.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys
So
kind of
over to the-
swerve around out towards the lake area. And as those alarms are raised and as people are pointing to the sky, you see very quickly an elven regiment of maybe 25 to 30 elves start to form up, and they start marching out towards the lake. You easily kind of land in this big lake in anchor. And you, with the dinghy, you're easily able to kind of move people to shore as you guys all. Who's going to shore? Of you guys.
I can go with the first group of gnomes when they head over.
Okay.
I would.
Yeah, I'll go last, presumably. Something about captain and being on the ship. I don't know.
Should the
For
first
nothing
mate
I'll
go
stay with
first?
you.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go with Cornelia and.
I'm
and
very
some of the
good
gnomes.
with negotiations and talking and
Okay.
politics.
You guys kind of.
Pup,
you
just
guys,
oh gosh.
you guys
Just
make it-
remember, we've had experience with the elves in Capital City, and
Oh, yeah,
they're a
we're
little
best friends.
particular. Yeah, but they're a little particular. So maybe just try to be as courteous as you can.
Okay, I'll bow a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
They'd probably like that. I mean,
You guys make it to shore, and you guys are greeted by a regiment of what look like elves, just outside.
can we have we confirmed that they're elves yet? Do we see pointy ears, or do
They're
they just still look?
clearly elves?
Okay,
In
just
the light
resembling
of the
elves.
morning, in the morning light, you see these people, and their cloaks, in the daytime, seem to be just normal cloaks. But you had known at
want
night
one.
they seemed very, very different, and they almost shimmer in the sunlight in an unnatural way. But it's hard. Like the more you look at it, the less obvious it is.
Is it
And-
is it like the one Dresden had, the one that we took from? Do we have this cloak?
No, this doesn't seem like something you guys have seen before. Archivist didn't have one. None of the elves had one that you have seen. These seem very specific. And these elves are dressed pretty nicely, what you see, in dark greens and browns and such. All the kind of colors of the forest. These people seem very, very at home here in the Mirage Forest. And as you guys kind of approach the coast, and none of them on guard, none of them pull out weapons or anything like that, but an elf approaches, and this male elf pulls back his cloak, and Pup, you see this guy, and he looks like the spitting image of Levine from last night, just slightly different, more just kind of masculine features.
Hi.
Are you refugees?
Yeah. Someone named Levine told us to come here and bring these guys here, but also we were already coming here, and we're friends with the archivist who maybe already is here.
The archivist. Not likely. But you're welcome.
It's not likely that
If
he's
you're
here. He's not
refugees.
here yet. He's not here yet.
You're welcome
Believe-
to
no.
stay in the refugee camp for as long as you need.
Okay.
And then
but
he kind of eyes you, Rezik.
Oh,
looks
I'm
you
not
up
with
and
them.
down. Oh. Well, he kind of eyes you guys, even from where you can see. He can see you guys on the dock, and he looks at you, and he looks at Eva, and you guys. He pointedly does this so everyone can see.
Oh.
Some
Well,
maybe less welcome than others.
I think he's talking about you, Rezik.
Okay.
Yeah.
but we're able to get these guys here.
Yes,
But
the
the-
gnomes are great friends of the elves.
Perfect. Also, when you said not likely, does that? I still don't know what you mean. Is the archivist here?
I'm sure that the archivist doesn't burden me with his whereabouts.
I don't know what that means.
I'm sure he doesn't.
bother me with his word. Good, sir. Can you speak in words in an order that makes sense?
You are welcome to stay here in the refugee camp. I am the gatekeeper, Kalaris.
Thank you, Colaris. Wait, you look so much like oh God, I just said her name. What's her name?
Levine.
Levine?
You look so much like Levine. Are you guys related?
She is my sister. Yes.
Oh, I knew
We are
it.
twins.
Oh, that makes sense. Wow,
But
you
she's
guys
also
are really
much,
pretty.
much more lenient than I am.
Older. Oh.
But
Okay.
as long as you don't cause any trouble, you're welcome.
Great. I've actually never gotten in trouble before in my life, so.
Good.
Is the city open to the refugees?
The city. Unfortunately, the city is off limits.
That seems like that's not gonna work out.
Just throw Cornelia.
What's the name of the girl that we met in Capital City?
I know I've been trying to
Lexatrea.
remember.
There's no way that we've said that name before.
Yeah.
Is that the person that I wrote my letter to?
Your
My
letter.
apology letter? Remember I wrote an apology letter?
Mm.
my
I
God.
think you wrote it to the
For-
assistant. I cannot remember the assistant's name. You had that old. There was a very old assistant,
No, I think it
you
was
got the cookie?
was it Lexatrea?
and you had found out Lexatrea was the daughter of the queen of Morriganna.
Okay. Also, is Lexatrea here? Because she has not responded to my letter from the last time that we hung out.
Nor would I think she would.
Well, we're friends.
Daughter heir. Responding.
Yeah, I went to her house.
Hmm.
I'm gonna just kind of in Kelly's ear, just like, they all talk the same.
Well, as I
Every
said,
elf.
you're welcome to
Every
stay
elf.
outside of the city in this refugee camp.
Okay,
As long as you don't cause any harm to any of those under our watch. And you keep your humans on a short leash. Good day.
we don't have any leashes. Do you provide those?
And he kind of just turns around and walks off.
No, is that a no on the leash? That's a no on the leashes. Okay.
So how do we get in the city?
Well, let's deal with all of these guys first, and then we'll probably find a way to contact the archivist.
Maybe buy some collars and leashes first as well, and
What?
yeah. Nothing.
Because you're far away. Get it? No.
Yeah, and you guys managed to ferry whoever you need to back. Lots of creatures here, lots of uncast. You see creatures with all kinds of different animal-like features upon them, and even in the back, you see and you hear just faint tones every once in a while from the trees. You hear mutterings of like a, and then they disappear as the faint
Ooh, I think I hear some
noises of
names.
the azurelings off in the treetops nearby seem to be wandering around. Lots of gnomes here, a few dwarves and halflings. Kelwise, you recognize a few banners of halfling caravans. Maybe none that you're super familiar with, certainly none that you were a part of before, but you notice that there are a few halfling nomadic tribes that have made their way up here, and a lot of them have these moving, built to move, so like their whole livelihood's just kind of set up. A lot of them performing, some of them foraging, some of them look like tanning, putting their skills to use. A few of them fishing in the lake as well. As far as everything else, you see tents and big areas kind of cleared out for what look like hundreds of refugees. And you also see the elves handing out what looks like bread and different kinds of spirits and things, supplies. And they seem to be very generous with their supplies to all the refugees.
You know, if it weren't the end of the world, this is almost kind of nice. It feels, it's like familiar faces around. Even I'm shocked.
Right. It was. I mean, it's actually so nice seeing the elves caring about other races. It's actually a really pleasant surprise. I didn't know this was a thing.
Well, I mean, from what we gathered, it sounds like they're trying to keep everyone at arm's distance, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
At least off of their nice things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we all together?
Yeah.
We're all
You
together
guys have
again.
made it all together. And most of the gnomes kind of offload and start to find other gnomes. Lots of gnomes here from many different little villages around in the Mirage Forest. As they all start to leave, but each of them kind of find each of you. Thank you. And each of the families just kind of give you each a big, big, big hug as they go down the line.
Watch your pockets,
Big
everyone.
hugs all around.
Oh.
Well, I
Every
appreciate
time
the
they
hugs.
give me a hug, I just squeeze them and pick them up. Just, "Argh!" Everyone
Yeah.
just very aggressive.
And you guys find that all your stuff is
Their faces just swell.
all your pockets are still full, albeit the stuff that you swear was in your right pocket is in your left pocket, and vice versa. Things are just not where they were originally. Just like they've just been moved around. A little
Your
bit.
people are very friendly, Cornelia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's where I get it from.
And you know, Burpo and Jelby are the last two with their granddaughter. They look up at you. Well, we're going to find Arena, but do come find us, and
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
have set up. We'll make
Oh,
some
yeah.
beetfoot stew, huh? Just like we always did.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'll be
All right.
there for dinner.
Thank you. And then another round of big hugs from Jelby and Burpo as they kind of wander off to look for Arena, their daughter.
What's a beat foot?
You'll find out.
Well, gang, what do you say? What do you want to do? Do you want us to just maybe settle in first and then find the person in charge around here, or vice versa?
Should we try to send a letter into the city right away for the archivist, or leave a message with the guards?
Sure.
Or...
When of you guys have some way to talk to him?
Yeah.
We could yell really loud. Maybe like
No.
Trust could yell. Trust is
Like-
really good at that.
Yeah.
Wait, does Trust have message?
No, she's
don't
just really, really
believe so.
loud.
And
Oh,
how,
I
how is
have-
she talking to
I have
her
a
man?
The ring.
The ring.
Yeah.
She had a special ring that on the full moon you could communicate.
Which is very romantic, but probably not super convenient.
The ring of inconvenient romance.
Good name.
Can I get closest? Is the does the camp like share the wall to the city, or?
No, it seems like they have clearly zoned this camp at least a good 50 feet away from the
Okay.
walls themselves. But you do notice, Cornelia, there are a few gnomes and uncast here and there who show papers at the gate that Kilaris is at with, and you guys just see like along this massive gate that enters into the city, you guys just see two tall spires with 5 different rows filled with elves that look very keen-eyed. But you do notice some what look like traders or such with carts and things. They have paperwork, and there are some non-elves entering the city here and there.
Told you, paperwork.
Yeah, it's always paperwork, right? Cornelia, didn't your people used to trade with the elves? Don't you
Just
maybe
heard
like
someone behind us making noises.
We
Sorry, what?
would just go to capital city mostly. So we never. I mean, I've seen an elf, but we wouldn't deal directly with them usually. So, but we don't. I assume we never came up here, right, Jaymes?
You've never been to Morgana, no. You know your parents had
No.
gone a few times up to
Oh,
Morgana.
parents have gone up here.
Your parents used to go here and there very infrequently, but
Would I have
you
seen
had just
their
started
paper
kind
at
of
all?
going with them. You roll me a d20.
Can't we just ask?
19?
A 19. Yeah, you've actually seen all the paperwork, and you know one of the things you know about elven paperwork is it is stamped with magic. It's not just a writ that you write down. It is stamped with a very special magic. Now you have no idea how that magic works, but you do know that their papers are very, very hard to get, and they're rare. And your parents were the only ones in Tiny Boots who had a writ of Morgana, of entrance to Morgana. That was magically sealed.
Parents were the only ones that had this paper, but
Well, maybe they have a record of it inside, but that doesn't really help us since we're outside, does it?
maybe we can be on a list or something. It's the Tiny Toes family, or I don't know.
It's either that or we could just make friends with someone who we've seen go in or out or deal. No, that's no.
If we mention the Levine, I don't see how she could help us though. To help us gain.
I think our best route still is the archivist. We know him the best, and he should have given some word. So maybe we should just go over there and see what the proper way of doing things is. But I would say let's try to get a letter to the archivist if we can, or maybe your friend Arena. I guess Arena's working here or something, or I'm not sure. But
Yeah, we'll see Liaison, and maybe she can go inside. Okay.
and I'll just stay here, and you guys can go because I'm pretty sure they're gonna hate us if I go over there.
Well, we're supposed to keep you on a leash, remember? I think that was part of the
Wait,
stipulation.
What
They
if?
would like that. They would
yeah,
like
what if
that.
we put you on a
They
leash
would.
for real?
Yeah, that would be a little bit demeaning for me as a person, but we could try it. Sure. Why not?
Team player.
And Eva comments on,
I'm humble.
I probably am against the leash. For me and for Rezi over here.
Are you coming with us?
Well, I guess not, but I mean, I really
You want to?
don't think we should put Rezik on a leash.
Oh.
There's got to be maybe a better way, right?
Well,
Maybe a body harness with a leash?
You could just-
comfortable? like
Maybe a cute
one of
backpack?
those cute backpack ones that you see
Yeah, like
parents.
a little teddy bear. Yeah,
Maybe around the waist, a little belt waist.
those are cute.
Then I'll connect it to like my wrist with like a bracelet, so like it's like so you can't get anywhere. Like I'll never let
Nice. Yeah, that's fun.
Maybe wrist on wrist, so you don't know who the one that is leashed is.
Or we handcuff you.
That could be a thing too. Yeah. Or we could just all go over there and we'll just stay behind.
Or we put you in a barrel.
Or
Or
barrel.
in.
You're getting more
What
creative
if-
now, right? Yeah.
wait, what if we make you look like not a human? What if we make
That's
you
what
look
I was
like...
gonna say. Like anything else.
I've thought of that. I'm only afraid of doing that, and then they find out that I'm actually a human, and they get mad at me for lying about who I am, like what race I am. So I don't want to get any kind of like they're like, oh, you're now under arrest for lying about being a human or whatever, So
Yeah, isn't it the thought that counts, though, right?
Yeah, and it's what
Yeah.
you feel like. If you
Yeah.
don't feel human,
Yeah,
don't make them feel bad. Be like, I feel like I'm an elf.
you're feeling maybe a little orcish today.
I mean, you've all seen me on the battlefield. I'm definitely human, and not a very strong one at that. Well, anyways,
Wait,
so I
okay.
will just stay back.
What if? Yeah, what if you stay back?
It's
Yeah.
probably, yeah. Okay. Okay.
So
I guess.
So what's the plan?
Let's figure out what we gotta do.
Well, we go up to the front gate, I suppose, and we question them about that. I know this isn't going to work. That's not going to work at all, right? They're just going to laugh at us, probably.
You never
let's
know unless you
write the
try.
archivist a note before we go there.
Yeah,
so
what if we-
can't get in?
I'd
We're not
almost
gonna give
rather
him our
just
note.
write a note, ball it up, and try to throw it over the wall. Probably not as good of a chance of working.
Send him a message How did he say to contact him when we got there? Did he say anything? Did he say that he had like a secret code? He said that they were gonna let us know. That he was gonna let them know that we were there. And he said that if it wasn't shown on the camera, then everyone was gonna die.
So did we tell him this 25 years ago, or
No.
He was with us, right? Okay.
Maybe technically, but not in our timeline.
25 years from now on this date, make sure to
I'm just gonna go talk to the guards by the door.
Back to the
So,
future.
do you want to come? You can come. If you don't want to come, you don't want to come. I'm gonna go and just ask.
I'll come. I think. Did the bowing work? It seemed like it worked.
I don't think that anything will work with that guy.
Oh, okay.
I think he's in like pretty stiff competition. He has a twin sister, and it's probably like a twin thing. Like there are some of the other pups in my pack that were like, well, if they were like in the same litter, if they were like litter mates, they were like butt heads a lot. It's probably similar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was trying to one up.
So is it like bowing is being submissive? You want to like bite? Should we try biting people?
No. I just think it didn't work with that guy specifically.
Oh,
Maybe someone
okay.
else it'll work, but that guy just
Keep it
kind of
going.
sucked.
Got it. Lead the way.
Okay.
And I just
Okay,
walk in a direction that I hope is right.
Yeah, you walk up to the. I mean, there's a massive gate, and the gate itself almost like it's maybe a 25-foot tall, very slender gate, and these huge double doors are open, and they seem bejeweled with all kinds of different gems, and this kind of almost sterling silver, immaculate outline on what looks like pearl, like just a flat sheet of pearls that make this door, and the doors look very, very, very heavy. Again, those towers, there's two long towers right in the entrance and 5 little sections full of what look like elves peering out, very watchful. And on the ground, another set of what look like 20 or so elves and Calaris, clearly a little bit more decorated than the rest, standing at the front, questioning anyone who comes up to the gate.
Well,
Calaris was that guy, Levine's twin brother?
Yes.
Oh shit.
oh, well, this is not going to end well for
Maybe
us,
we
I
should
don't
wait
think,
till
right?
he leaves.
Yeah, maybe it's a different shift, and someone else takes the front gate who's not such a jerk.
Do we have anything to trade him? Because they will let trade. Like, we're not refugees, right? We came on here on a ship. We're like
That's
guests, or we're not guests, but we're merchants,
like
travelers.
dignitaries.
I got this.
We're going to the door. We're at the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, hello.
Hello again.
Bowing.
So, about the archivist, he said he'd be coming here early and that he'd let you guys know that we were here. So, who do we talk to about meeting with him and other people? Because there are bigger things at stake here.
Well, I'm sure that would make a great story, but the archivist has given no word to me, nor my gods, of your arrival.
Okay, who's above you?
Who's above me?
Well, wait, pup. Maybe we have information about aspects of Ellazar, and we think it might
Aspects
be helpful.
of Ellazar.
Yes.
What is that?
Who's above
Who's
you?
above you?
I'm sure that I'm not going to bother my superiors with this
Bother your
nonsense.
superiors, please.
Yeah. Seems like you might want to.
Well, I'll take that under advisement.
Is there anyone else standing there with him?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of elves there,
Hey, who's above this guy?
and all the elves quickly look away, like none of them seem to want to engage.
But they're gonna be responsible for the end of the world.
What's your name again?
Calaris.
You're screwed. Okay.
Anything else?
Well, it just sounds like we're gonna have to do this the long way. So, I'm sure we'll be meeting again.
And you
Are you
are.
good at anything else other than guarding?
Am I good at anything else?
Yeah,
It
other
is
than
my
guarding.
duty to guard this gate.
So, but that's why I'm asking if you're good at anything else, because you might want to start considering those things.
And I walk away.
Okay, and you walk away. He
Is that
seems
good?
amused.
I was
He seems
amused.
I was trying to be like Dresden. Was it good? I was
was
trying to be like,
pretty good.
oh, military guy. Like I know about ranks. I forgot to say rank. I said above him. Dang it.
Do you think Levine has passed through here yet? We can wait for her. Be like, your brother is too stupid, but
Yeah, might not hurt.
I can also
mean,
just look like her.
we're sort of well, let's put a pin in that. We have the benefit of time, right?
I
We
also
could
can
just
see her.
hang out
Well,
here and see if
We
they pass
don't really
by.
have the benefit of time.
Well, if everyone starts coming and attacking here, then they'll get the message. I think they'll figure it out real quick, and we can. Worst comes to worst, just fly the ship directly into the middle of town and land it there. The walls are suggestion, really, at this point. Just being- so, I don't know. Maybe we wait it out. We have at least, what was it, half a day ago, and the way that we flew. We've got at least maybe a whole day before hordes of undead creatures come and bury us here. So, feel it out? No?
I like want to break in.
That's yeah, okay. How would you break in?
Is the wall? How tall is that wall?
Pretty tall.
It's about 50 to 60 feet tall.
I can just boop right at the top of the wall.
Yeah, that'd do it. What would stop them once you got inside from pelting
Well, I
you
can
with
just
arrows?
look like one of them,
Okay.
and I can also
I-
speak to them because I know the language.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
and I guess you could just keep us updated because of the ring, and you could just yell at Rezik about what's happening. So I don't know. That's a pretty good idea, actually.
Mhm.
Is it?
I can't think of anything else.
When the DM laughs.
Did they leave? Did they leave the gate yet, or are they still at the gate?
I know. I was gonna say we could go talk.
Yeah, they
to
left the
Thank
gate.
you.
You guys have walked back.
Yeah.
So how did it go, guys?
Oh,
Not great. Okay.
how'd
great,
you
yeah.
expect it to go? Yeah.
I
about
threatened
that.
his job though.
That's
Okay,
true.
this is what I was saying though. We need to make sure not to threaten people's jobs. We need to try to be
No,
more
no, no.
courteous.
I waited until right before I left.
Of course, of course. Did you also say big mistake? Big, huge.
Oh, that
Before you left?
good.
No,
Yeah.
I just told him to think about other things he's good at other than guarding, because he's not going to be
Okay.
a guard for much longer.
Yeah,
That's
we tried
pretty
to
cool,
bring
too.
up the fact that we're all gonna die here in the next, day or so.
Oh, that's a good.
but-
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't
Well, we have other avenues. We could see if maybe Cornelia's friends, maybe their daughter's working in the city, so maybe they can try to find a way to communicate with her, and maybe she can help us out getting in.
Pup just wanted to sneak in. What do you think about that?
Oh, okay. Well, we've been here for 10 minutes, so let's try to not do that just yet. But that's an option. We could definitely consider it. Sneaking in's not
It'd be really
not
easy
terrible.
for me.
It would, yes, it would. You or Cornelia, I'm sure. But
You
let's
go
try
with
the.
me, Cornelia.
Oh, I gave an idea to Pup. I just.
You could be selling things.
Oh,
Yeah, I
indeed.
got all these things. And I just flash.
We could be selling hot honey. We could sell hot honey.
That's true. We do have.
We
quite a bit.
have new, exciting merchandise that everyone will want. Honey.
Hot honey.
Alright, well,
we have tried to mention Theodore and not Archivist, mention him by his real name or something.
That's a good idea.
I don't know if that would have helped at all.
All I
mean,
know
it
is, from
Sounded
what I
like
can
they knew who he
tell,
was.
Yeah, from what I can tell from what Theodore kind of told us about their hierarchy, it just feels like they have a very intense structure, right? They're very, very about structure and getting things done in a very procedural way. So we could try to work with them, because we're gonna have to eventually talk them into helping us. So I just fear that sneaking in right now would not be the best move if we're trying to convince them to help us with things. But we could try.
Are there any guards watching the refugee camp?
There are. Yeah, there's a few patrols walking around. They look like they're just mostly helping new refugees settle in, most of the gnomes and such. They seem to be helping, like, pitch tents and such like that. Not really patrolling in the sense that they're policing, more just, like, kind of, they look like they're lending aid and helping out.
We can take their armor. Just kidding.
No, we should ask them. We should ask them what that dude's deal is. We should offer him your elven wine in a glass and be like, "Thank you guys so much for helping us. Here's this really nice wine," because then they'll know that it's elven wine because it's a nice wine. They have good taste.
Pup.
And then it would be like, "Yo, why does this guy suck? Who's like his superior? Because like, that ain't it."
And he'll probably be like, "Yeah, that's Calaris. He sucks. He's lame."
Yeah, and it would be like, "Oh my gosh,
yeah.
he's totally like butting heads with his
Yeah,
twin
he's
sister,
worse.
huh? Like he and his sister, like his sister's so much
Oh,
cooler."
his twin
right?
sister's way better than He's super cool. No, I think that's probably a good way. And also, because I was gonna say, I know human elves, human gods, they'll just like take bribes, right? So maybe we can like offer an elven god a bribe to bring our letter into the archivist. I don't have to do that.
We'll give him wine. We'll get him drunk.
Yeah.
People do things when
Great.
they're drunk, right?
Yeah. Yes. True.
Ugh.
I don't think they can be bribed.
Why not?
Oh.
Yeah, but they can be drunk.
They can be drunk.
That's true.
Here, I poured a bunch of... Oh, they're probably on this ship. But I poured a bunch of wine from the flask into little things, so we have plenty of it to pass around, technically.
Oh, yeah, I got
don't know
a
how
couple
strong
little
it
cups.
is,
Yeah.
So you guys start filling up these cups with the elven flask with the silvered unicorn on it. You start to fill those up, eyeing a set of aids for the refugees as they're pitching tents in the corner. Maybe 5 or so elves, just kind of pulling on strings and setting up stuff. And that sounds like a good place for us to take our first break.
Okay.
We're gonna go to a quick break, and then we're gonna find out how getting drunk affects your brain and makes you make possibly bad decisions, or maybe
Specifically
possibly
an
good decisions.
elven brain.
I don't know. Don't go away. We're gonna be right back in 10 minutes after we go on a quick break. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're back from our break. You guys
back.
have made it to the refugee camp just outside of this giant elven city called Moragana. Unfortunately, the gatekeeper Calaris and
He's a
his
dick.
regiment, he's a dick, and he won't let you through the pearly gates into the city. As he says, only authorized personnel, and it doesn't seem like he believes that you guys know the archivist or any of the people.
I mean, like, what? Just rolling up and name dropping didn't get us in the door. What kind of real life scenario is this?
True.
You guys had filled up a bunch of flasks of wine, fine elven wine, which Cornelia, you smell this, and now it, because before it was almost like a juice, right? It was like a berry juice, like it had just started to ferment, and now as you taste it, it's a very, very fine wine.
It's good.
Taste. Almost as if it's been just sitting in casks, aging for 25 years, and now it's this very bright and pungent berry
Good
wine,
stuff.
but it's definitely wine now and not berry juice.
Hey! Pup, try this. Do you like it?
I liked it before. Can you make it like how it used to be?
It'll get.
It was a much nicer before. This hurts my stomach and my tongue when I don't. It's
It's
Nice.
perfect.
I got a jar of honey, and I just
Ugh.
Oh God. Just cover your tongue with honey.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that'll get the taste out.
Yeah, but
Ugh.
you guys notice that because as far as wines go, this is like a fine wine. Maybe some of the best wine you've ever had.
I mean, it's certainly the best wine I've ever had. It's probably the only wine I've ever had that wasn't brewed in like a bathtub. So I'm pretty happy with this. Maybe it'll be enough to get some elves drunk.
Yeah. Well, pass it
Yeah,
on.
go see if the gods like it.
Yeah, might as well.
So you guys are gonna get there's about 5 guards setting up new tents for the new gnomes that have arrived. All of them look fairly young-ish. It doesn't necessarily mean anything with elves, but they look young-ish. They look to be in very plain clothing. These elves do not have those shimmering cloaks. They just seem to be in what looks like sturdy clothing, but nothing fancy.
So they're young, so we're talking like, and they're like hundreds, like pretty young.
Yeah, you
Okay.
think so? Very rarely have you seen an elf that looks older than maybe what we would expect a 30-year-old to look like. Only that attendant to Lexatrea was a very old-looking elf, but other than that, these elves, almost elves, kind of just stop aging around 30. And these elves maybe.
Yeah, when can elves legally
early
drink,
20.
by the way? Like around like 200 or? Okay.
It's
all right.
no, it's opposite. It's opposite. It's got to be really early. It's like 4. They just start them
Okay.
really young.
Okay.
You
Start 'em
know,
young,
they're like,
yep.
you're going to be around for a long time. You need to learn responsibility at a very
They can-
young
yeah.
age.
Respect it, right? Yeah, I get that.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll stay behind again just to kind of. I would just lower these guys' stock, so I'm just gonna stay behind and let them do their
Okay.
thing.
Maybe just wait, Rezik. Wait till you'll know it's the right time.
Yeah. And Eva kind of starts just looking around at the environment, Rezik, with you, and like, despite this being like a safe space for now, there's almost a sense of sadness as you look around at so many displaced people. People seem to be in high spirits, even if it's just a front. Lots of halflings and gnomes, which they all seem to be like surprisingly resilient. But you notice a lot of the uncast seem to be pretty down in the dumps, and you see a few what look like half-orcs. And Rezik, one of the things you notice is you see an older half-orc. And he's got this strange-looking eye patch over his right eye. And he's got this little, what looks like a piece of glass on the other eye, and he's just looking at what looks like an object. Big gray, almost mutton chops coming down of hair. As the rest of you guys see kind of just these 5 elves putting up a tent.
Wait, sorry.
We'll come back
Wait,
to that, right?
do I know
We'll come
him?
back to-
Okay.
He looks
Holy
a little
shit.
familiar.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
You guys at the tent.
Here's our chance again. You must be ours. So we're walking up to the guards.
Gentlemen,
Oh, hello.
hey, you guys have been
Hey.
working really hard.
Ah.
May we offer you some fine wine?
Oh.
You might be familiar with it.
We're on shift right now, so we shan't be drinking, really.
It's
you allowed
just
to down wine?
juice.
Juice. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's
I'll
just
take
juice.
I'll take a cup of juice.
Yeah,
And they smell
some
it
juice.
instantly. Oh, that's not.
I said juice.
Well, it smells very good. I really don't think we should be drinking.
Oh,
while
we
we're on
just
shift.
want to thank you. We've just been such a help to all our families and friends. We just appreciate you so much, and just
Well,
thank you.
It is our service, the elves. We have taken on the roles of protectors.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job.
Oh, well, thank you
We all
very
feel
much.
very protected.
Well, I guess one sip couldn't hurt, huh? He takes a sip and he looks at it, and his eyes kind of light up. Where did you get this?
Well, too, it's good, right?
It is fabulous. This is And he just slowly kind of starts working and drinking at the same time. And you're handing out flasks to all the other elves?
Yeah, if he's by himself, like two, I'll just follow this particular one as he's
Okay.
working and just fill his glass ever so often.
Yeah. He's kind of like stunned.
Here, why don't I leave you with him and I'll take the rest and deliver him to everyone else, Cornelia. Okay, I'll leave you guys to it.
Okay. And you hand out some wine, and they kind of look around, and no one's really watching, especially from. I mean, they're really looking to Calaris and his group with the cloaks. They seem like they seem to be in charge. They seem to be like a much higher status. But they all drink, and man, they like all of them are just stunned at the quality of this wine. And they just continue working, and not soon after you've been pouring, maybe 3 or 4 drinks, this young elf is kind of looks at you, Cornelia. Oof, I really should calm down here. I really appreciate it, but I shan't be drinking much more of this fine wine, though it is fine of a wine that I'm drinking. But
I'm very glad you enjoy.
Work to do.
Yeah, you
tends to
guys.
raise.
Tons of work you're doing.
Yes.
So, what do you think is, how do we explore the city? Can we get in there?
The city.
Just me and a friend.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid that's not possible.
Oh, why not?
Only authorized non-elves are allowed inside the city.
How do you get authorized?
You'd need a writ from the gatekeeper himself.
Oh, a writ. Who's the gatekeeper?
Oh, Calaris.
Of course. Oh, I know that guy.
Yes.
Cornelia, didn't your family used to have a writ, though?
Yeah, what if we have one with my family name?
Your
where
family.
I'm a merchant. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if someone could look up in the archives and find, I suppose a writ could be issued. But, you'd have to find someone who has access to the archives, and I certainly don't. They don't trust me with that stuff.
Why not?
Well, it's very secretive, and I am lowborn, and us lowborns, well, we just keep our heads down, do good work.
But
right?
you're hardworking? And that doesn't count for anything?
Well,
That doesn't seem
you should
fair.
think that the baseline of an elf is a hard worker. I mean, that's the bare minimum for us.
I like that. Something to live up to.
Yes, well, we are placed in the positions that we are placed, and that's where we're placed. This is very good, but I no more, please, no more.
Can I ask you something?
Huh?
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Why is the gatekeeper so mean? Does he have a
Yes.
feud with his sister? Is it because he has a twin sister? Do they fight a lot?
Levine? No,
Yeah.
of course not.
She's
They are
awesome.
They are honored. They are the children of the daughter heir.
The children of the heir? Of the daughter heir?
Yes.
God, why can I not remember her name? It was so sick.
Lex Treya.
Yeah, I know Lexitra. I've met her before.
Yeah.
One time I stole her
And
cookies
I've got
she was
2
not
noses
happy.
and 4 hands and 2
Oh.
feet. Wait,
No,
I've got 2 feet.
no, see you don't because this. No.
I got one of your noses.
And I got one of your feetses.
Oh. All right. Well,
Oh, I smells bad. You can have that back.
yes. Well, yeah, I've not bathed in some time, as I am nearing the end of my shift.
Oh, what happens when your shift is over?
I go home. And I bathe. And I sleep.
Hmm.
I am trying to learn some of the harpsichord. A new endeavor, I should say. One day, I hope to be a tavern bard.
Wow.
Christ!
But not for hundreds of years, you know.
Christ!
And trust is there.
I just
In
like,
spirit.
you gotta talk to this guy later. My friend will help you out with all of your dreams.
Oh yeah? Well. All
Or
right.
crush your dreams.
Well,
See,
maybe.
see over there? See your Ludo-Laylee? She is a killer with that. And she is very famous in many bars as
Oh.
a bard. Tavern
What
bard.
what kind of bards is she barding in?
The good one.
Only the best, really.
Oh, I've never heard of either of those. The good one. Only the best. Must
So-
not be
wait.
around here.
I have another question about
Okay. You're short.
the writ. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we talk to anybody else? Kalaris can't be there 24/7. Who else can we talk to about this writ? Because he doesn't seem to like us very much, and I don't think
Oh,
he'll look
yes.
up my family's. That's it.
No.
What about
well,
Levine?
Levine? She's out protecting with the rangers.
Yeah, she's the one who told us to come here. I met her too.
Oh, you met her. Well, she's very, very capable.
Has there been news by chance?
Easy on the eyes, too, if I do say
Yeah,
so
she
myself.
is.
Mhm.
She's so pretty. Like an
Oh,
art.
yes. Well, yes, but you know, we keep that hush, hush, hush.
Because she's
Lawborn like
prettier
me
than her
saying things
brother?
like that. Well, could spell trouble.
Trouble. Sure. I don't
Are you
know
trying to
any
spell
letters.
trouble?
Oh,
Yeah, but I only know numbers.
Yeah,
it would be hard to spell trouble with numbers. I agree. Strange.
it would.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe.
We've got more of these to pitch before.
Could I just one more question? Just
Oh, absolutely.
maybe you can help us
absolutely.
out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
has anyone told you today you look like a highborn? Anyway, that's not what I was asking about. You know, maybe you could do us a favor and just take a note into the city with you when you go back. You know, at the end of your shift. Our friend the archivist. I know you're not going to believe us.
The archivist.
Yeah, he's in there. He's waiting for word from us.
Just
Yeah.
trust us.
All right.
Right.
That's a
Be
good
the-
one. That's a
It
good
seems
not
improbable.
We're not kidding.
But did you see the ship that flew in? The ship that sails that flew into town earlier today?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. That was a really good angle.
Maybe we should just fly it around the city tomorrow.
Maybe we should just fly it around the city tomorrow and just be like, just put a big
Flying
banner
ship.
on it. Maybe you'll shoot like fireworks and it'll just be anyway.
Just says,
Just have
"Hey,
the
archivist, we're
archivist."
here." Like on the banner.
Just like we made it. Giant banners in the
That'd be
sky.
the easiest route, I think.
Smoke riding. Yeah.
If I could, you want me to carry a message? Look, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't go into the high castle where the archivist is. Shoot, I can't even go into the golden steps. So, like, you know, I'd be probably the wrong
Golden
person.
steps?
Yes.
Can you
Well,
give
that's
it to a
where the
guard to
highballs
give it
live.
to a guard to give it to a guard? Is there like a guard network?
Yeah. Like get it to the right person.
Oof.
Like a male.
If you do that,
No.
when you come back tomorrow, we
I
will
mean, if
give
you're
you
really
a
friends with the
whole-
archivist, if you could give him a message, I mean, you'd have to get the message. I mean, first you'd have to get through the golden steps all the way to the high castle.
Uh-huh.
You know?
That's
Is that, I mean, you're making it sound really difficult, but it sounds like walking upstairs to me. And I'm sure there's something lost in translation.
Well, you've got to get into the city. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
where you
That's
come
where
in.
you come in. Mhm.
Oof. Well,
I mean, you're going there shortly anyway.
I don't know that I could get you into the city. It's like
Just a note.
No,
know,
not
it's-
us.
I don't
note.
know. A note. I mean, I could try. No promises though. Like, I'm not even allowed near the high castle.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to get in the city, you just need a writ, right?
Can you get us one?
Well, I can't get you a writ, but if you found someone who had a writ who would allow you to use it, possibly, or if you just needed to you sneak in or something. We used to do that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when
You
we
used
were
to sneak in?
real little.
How would you do it? What did you do? Do you have any
well,
funny stories?
That sounds
Well,
crazy.
I don't believe you. You don't know how to do that.
We would sit on the bottom of a cart, and we would stay very still and just hold on to the bottom of like.
And they never
trailers and,
found you?
gnomes
Aw.
and stuff. Yeah, they found us sometimes.
What'd they do if they found you?
Yeah, they were not happy with us, but what would they do? We're elves. It's our town. It's our city.
It's true.
Yeah. So that's how I would sneak in sometimes. They're very they've got big egos, so like they let you in and they don't check the carts properly because they, keen sense of smell, keen sense of hearing. They don't really need to check because, I mean,
Up,
if
you're
you're
gonna
not
be
an
found.
elf, they'll probably hear you. So like, yeah, you can smell you from well off.
Is it the smell of honey?
Mm-hmm. Mixed with other things. Yep.
Oat
Mixed with other
wheat,
things.
probably.
Yeah. Odor wheat. Mm-hmm.
You're funny.
Well, that's very.
But yeah, if we would be in
Good
the car.
story.
Well, but the problem is, you get if you're found out, the people going in with the writ, they be getting in a lot of trouble. So like, all right, we really must be getting back to work. Like this is.
Hey, I have one more question.
One more question. All right.
It's
only
so
one more.
important. Do you hate humans? What's the deal
No,
with
I
that?
hate humans.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate humans in general, but like, humans, they did bring a war here and kill many of us. So like, not my favorites.
Yeah. That had to do with the ancients. Was that a thing with the ancients? I don't remember.
The ancients. Huh. Huh. And he just kind of walks off.
Oh. Struck a chord with that one, I guess.
Thank you.
Maybe we should use that word more.
And they kind of
Thank
stumble
you.
around.
I feel like we should have planted a note on him or something, but,
I can.
yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe he'd find it after he was drunk and remember us fondly and maybe pass it off to someone. I don't
Be
know.
like,
maybe
did I
not.
agree to give this to someone or did I not?
Yeah, if you just write it in there, like you agreed to give us this after several bottles of wine that we'll tell your superiors about if you don't agree to our demands. No, that's
No.
too far.
Don't be mean. Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
was really nice.
He was. Maybe a
We
nice
had to
note.
get the sun fired, which is gonna be actually.
And he kind of comes stumbling back.
Oh,
Here you go, puppy. And he rubs like this flower, and he calls it the Karen root, and he just kind of rubs it all over your body. There you go. Now you smell nothing. And you notice, Pup, that this whatever deodorizer flower that he rubbed on you has made most smells just kind of dissipate It's strange. It's like the flower itself has no smell. Not only does it have no smell, but it takes away the smell. And any place you haven't rubbed it, still smells normal. You have the normal scents here and there, but like it's severely cut down. That's better. That is what we use. This is what we use to get in.
How did you? What?
Oh,
Yeah,
they grow
eyeballing that
along-
flower.
They grow along the lakes. They grow along the lakes. Don't tell Calaris though. But this is what we use. You know.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah,
Great
what
to
was your
meet
name?
you.
Ah,
by the
you
way?
little highborn, you.
Okay.
I'm Tom Go.
Go.
Tom Go.
It was really nice to meet you.
Well, absolutely. I'm delightful. I should hope
I'm
so.
so excited for you to be a famous bard one day.
I'm gonna be a famous bard doing bard in bars.
What kind of bard are you gonna do?
A harpsichord?
Yeah.
I wrote my own song. Yeah.
Ooh.
I've got the first two
Can you hear
notes down. Really don't have me harpsichord, do I? It goes like dong, dong. I don't have the rest of it written.
That's a great start.
Mm,
I'm
mm.
immediately
This is-
captivated by that. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're over shift. I'm gonna go bathe. I'll see you later.
Look.
Proud of meeting you. And he starts to walk off. And as he's walking off, you see all of them kind of walk by Rezik. They all kind of mean mug him and his sister a little bit, and then they walk away. Meanwhile, Rezik, you see an old looking half-orc with a little glass eye looking at what looks like a talisman of sorts.
I'm going to gingerly approach, staring at him, kind of trying to recognize him. So I'm pretty sure I know who this is, but do I know this half orc?
It looks familiar. Looks very familiar. Except old. Like pretty old.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh,
I know
you
you.
probably don't. Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're a tiny human. Haha.
Yes, tiny human, Ogden. Hi, how are you?
Ah. Old.
Well, you look, a little bit older. You still look very handsome. You fit your age very well. Actually, one second. Guys, get over here.
What?
Oh.
It's Ogden.
Hi.
Look.
Oh wow.
So old.
And he kind
Ogden!
of gets up, and you notice he's a little wobbly, and he has a little cane, and he gets up.
No, don't get up. Don't stand.
Get back down.
Honey pop.
Hi.
Hi.
It is so
Hi.
good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see me too. Come sit. And he has like this pot
Yes.
of what looks like
All
fish
right.
stew that kind of just looks like a couple fish that have just been boiled in water. And he starts
Okay.
How did you end
dishing
up here
out
all the way from
stew.
Adgarad?
Algarad, scary, no good.
Oh. What?
Uh-oh.
Why is it scary?
Lots of monsters. Come to
Oh, no.
Algarad. Not good, not good. So I come
Oh.
here.
Well, have you ever been here before?
No, but
No. Oh.
I don't want Ardina. No war.
Ogdina. Is that?
Ardina.
Who's that?
And you see off a much younger, almost maybe late teens
Oh
half
my.
orc, maybe more human than orc, but you see her kind of laying out items and looking at them with that same kind of lens, looking at stuff.
Ogden had a kid.
Dina, yeah, have a kid. Haha.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
congrats.
Yeah, Mom no
Who's
more.
Oh, what happened?
Oh.
Monsters.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Was she beautiful?
no
I
good.
bet. Was she beautiful? Was she the most beautiful?
No,
Oh.
but I love her a
Okay.
lot.
Aw.
Well, that's special. I'm
Well-
happy you and Ogdina are safe here.
Yeah, safe here. Much better. Haha.
Yeah, how long have you been
Here,
here?
fish too. And he hands you guys like what looks like fish water with like particulate in it.
Oh.
Hmm.
All right. This looks good.
This looks incredible.
And it's just kind of like very, very fishy broth.
Mm.
It could use some salt, but you
I
know,
love
it's filling.
You fish these yourself, Ogden?
Have some
No.
hot honey.
No,
No.
gnomes,
I have some salt.
Gnomes.
a halfling.
Yeah.
I pressed to it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Gnomes and a halfling.
Mhm.
Halfling?
Interesting.
And as that happens, Ogdina kind of walks up, and you know, like her father, she's very broad-shouldered, but she looks more human. She's a lot shorter than Ogden was. Ogden was a good almost 7 feet tall, whereas Ogdina's maybe, I mean, she's still tall, but she's only maybe like 5'11", 6 foot compared to her father, much shorter. But she's still very, very broad-shouldered and well-muscled, as she seems to be like moving things with ease. And she kind of has like a leather armor that looks a little worn, and she has a big kind of what looks like a spear. Now, Pup, you would remember this spear looks very similar to you had fought an orc clan called the Fleet, and their leader had a very specific looking spear that had almost made out of bone. Ogdina has a very similar looking
Oh, that's
spear
right.
made of
That was right after we
bone.
got the hoof dudes.
Yeah, the primer hoofs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like she maybe is picked up, and she walks with like a very steadied grace, as if she has trained as kind of a warrior, more so than Ogden. Ogden didn't really have that kind of grace to his step, but she does.
Interesting.
And she kind of approaches. Oh, hello. Are you friends of my father's?
Yes, old friends. Definitely
old
very old friends. Yes.
Well, welcome. I wish I could meet you on better circumstances, but you're welcome to our fish stew and our campfire.
Thank you.
How
I
did you
can't
meet
help-
my father?
Isaac?
Oh, well, we actually met him in Adgarad. He was working at a booth, and we bought a few things from, or we had him check out a few things. And he is just a very lovely, captivating gentleman. We love his presence. It's just,
He is.
it's amazing.
He is a big, fluffy primer hoof himself, isn't he?
He sure is, isn't he? Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And he got us out of a real jam, so we really appreciate that
Oh,
as
did
well.
he? Well, he
Oh, yes.
always
yes.
did love helping people. You look like an interesting bunch. A
Thanks.
human. Bold for you to be here.
Yes, not my first choice, but here we are.
No, we aren't as judgmental as the elves.
Well, I don't think anyone's as judgmental as the elves. She kind of looks around.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah. Good point.
I can't help but notice your spear. It looks a little familiar.
Ah, you're familiar. Yes, the
I may
clans
have
around.
tussled.
The clans
I may have
around
tussled with someone.
Algerand
hmm
taught me well. In fact, my mother was from the clans around Algerand.
Really?
Yes.
Which
Apparently
one?
one of them caught my father's eye. And, well, he ended up just donating a whole wagon full of artifacts and such for her hand. Even though he lost in every right that made sense to them, she still took him. Quite unorthodox for the nomad clans around Algerad. But hey, who am I to stand in the way of love?
Wasn't love usually unorthodox?
And then you see Ogden kind of like just slurping down a big thing of his fish stew, kind of oblivious.
What clan was your mom from?
My mother, well, she was from the fleet, the strongest.
Who did we fight? Who did I fight? From the
You
fleet?
fought the fleet. Yeah,
Yeah. I fought a. Was it a main dude or was it a main woman?
it was a
You
woman.
like fought the main
It was a woman.
female leader, yeah.
Yeah. What was her name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
It's been such a long time.
I have it written down somewhere. Let me slowly retrieve that information.
We'll wait.
But continue, please.
Hold, please.
Just a moment.
Well, I was gonna ask if
Um,
that was the mom.
And yeah, you find out indeed that the leader of the fleet, the woman that you had,
Damn, Ogden.
you had agreed to a secondary fight with, was indeed Ogdina's mother.
Does that mean you
I
have to fight
fought
the
your
daughter?
mom!
That means you have to fight Ogden.
You fought my mother.
Yeah, I owed her a second fight, but then I was gone for a lot of years by accident.
Oh, I'm
And
surprised
so I
you're
never
still
got the
alive.
second fight. Wait, does that mean I have to fight you now?
I hope not,
What?
unless you want to. We
Spar.
can spar if you
My
like.
ears just go whoop.
Well, let us go somewhere a little less occupied if we're going to do this.
Do we have
And,
anything else that we need to do?
And you guys look around, and it seems like most of
I'll see why
everything
a
is-
duel couldn't fit in our schedule.
I mean, it's either this or try to get in the gate, and
So you
that's not
guys,
happening.
you
So
guys
we
find
might
out
as well
they-
kill
they-
some
they-
You gotta
time.
have some fun, right? You know.
There's a
Yeah.
pretty easily. You guys walk maybe 50 meters out to a big clearing, and Agdina kind of flexes and then does a few stretches and pulling out the spear, and she kind of moves it, and the spear looks familiar. It looks like trained under the very, very same teacher as her mother. Her mother, whose name is... I have a whole set of notes. I just don't know where I put them.
Just make up a new name right now.
It's already named, though.
I know. Oh, is this it? Is this it? No, that's just Capital City. Where is the... Oh, you know what? Where it is? Ha 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 ha.
Mine's written
I'll
down
find it.
physically in a notebook somewhere, so there's no way I would find it.
Mm-mm.
I would have to scrub through pages.
I'm just
Anathu.
gonna be.
Anathu Fang
Anathu.
Fleet. So her mother...
That's a hard
Anathu.
one to remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
That doesn't ring a bell at all. I've never
No,
heard that
not
name
even a
before
little.
in my life.
Me neither. Not a single day in
She
my life.
takes a
I've
deep
never
breath,
known one.
holds her spear above her head, takes it in a second hand, points it at you. Roll initiative.
Similar
this is
manner, I'll do
exciting.
that with my staff.
Ooh. She
Are
got,
we taking bets?
Oh,
she got a 20 dirty.
Yeah, and
I
I'm just gonna be whispering and
rolled an 8 for initiative, so
hoping other people
right.
will join and watch.
And
Fight. Fight.
you see
Fight.
this big
Should we chant?
guttural battle cry erupt from her as she takes the spear and dives
where's
at
the
you. The spear is
Taking
long
bets,
and she
taking
attacks you
bets.
from 10 feet away, swiping at you twice.
I'm gonna go for pup.
I got a natural 1
Yeah, I got 5 gold
and
on
a
pup.
23.
23 doesn't hit.
Okay.
I
Jeez.
got 5 pup on
Where is it?
5 gold on
Fuck
the
pups.
Ooh, dealing 14 points of slashing damage as she jumps at you 10 feet away from you using the full range of her staff, swings it once, and the second time swings it around again. Let's see if anything bad happens.
I uncanny dodge for fun.
Yeah.
Cool, I uncanny dodge even though I don't have it.
Okay. She swings at you the second time and then jumps back two paces, holding her spear
Like what?
as a in a defensive pose. And Pup, it is your turn.
And I go, this is familiar. And then I go at her with my staff. And
Okay.
pop.
As you get within 10 feet, that spear lashes out again. An attack of opportunity as her mastery of her polearm has given her a unique sense around her. So from 10 feet out,
Ooh.
this lashes out at you again. Oof, another nat 1. Easily missing. Let me see. Oof, barely holding on to her staff. Falls off balance as you kind of juke left and right and you move in with your staff.
I go, you're gonna have to try harder than that. And I swing with a, oh god, it's been a while, 12?
12 does not hit. You smack and it just hits what you would feel like would be the fleshy part of a rib, but it's almost like smacking pure stone.
Bop, the other way.
Okay.
Second attack.
There's a warning shot.
A 25.
25 hits.
Let's go, Pup!
And I'm going to do a little bit of a little zap on this one too, add a little lightning.
Okay. Tell me how much physical and how much lightning you do.
Physical damage, I do 9.
Okay.
And then lightning damage, I do 4. So,
Okay. So you smack and the lightning zaps and she doesn't even drop a beat. She just seems totally in control still.
she's totally with whatever with the lightning.
Yeah. And this
Okay,
big
and-
grin kind of pulls up on her face. And she has tiny little orc fangs, kind of a remnant of her former parents.
Aww. And then I go, after I smack again, I'm gonna put my staff away and then go down with like a little elbow jab and then like a knee. I'm gonna bop him a flurry of blows.
Okay.
Nice, flurry of blows.
Come out.
That is a 16.
16 hits.
Nice.
So for my first hit, it is an 8.
Okay.
then-
And these physical blows seem to be bouncing off. They're still, you feel the connection, you feel them vibrate through, but they just seem to almost be bouncing off this like hardened barrier.
Yeah. And then my second one is a 8.
An 8, yeah, doesn't hit, unfortunately. Dives out of the way. Anything else you're doing?
And then that's all I can do.
Okay. She spins around and takes 3 attacks at you. 2 with the spear tip, and then 1 as the spear comes back around with the back end. The first 2, a 24 and an 18.
Ooh.
Both hit.
of those hit. The first one dealing 12 damage, and the second one dealing 11 damage. That spear head comes around for a third attack, and that's a 16.
That is my armor class.
Okay, so that one comes around and hits, dealing 5 more points of bludgeoning damage. And then you get an attack of opportunity as she jumps back 20 feet, retreating
Oh,
back,
no,
but
you
almost
don't!
jumping back. Okay, roll an attack.
That is a 22.
A 22 hits.
And that is a number that I will tell you is 10.
10 damage. All right, and she jumps back as you smack her. She jumps back 20 feet, spear ready and defensive. Her body solid, but you see her heaving a little bit, not as stable as she was before.
Mm-hmm. And I give her like a little wink, and then I'm just gonna chuck a kunai at her.
Okay, chuck a kunai.
Actually, can I want to shadow step behind her and then chuck a kunai.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a stealth.
That is 25.
25.
Whoa.
So yeah, you teleport behind, and she kind of loses you. Looking around, you pop up behind her, kind of in the shade of one of the trees that's close by, and you chuck a kunai at her back with advantage.
Okay, that is a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
And that is 6 damage.
6 damage. All right. All right. Anything else you're doing?
That's it. That's all I can do.
I mean, you can throw another one if you have more attacks.
Oh, that's right. I have 2 attacks. I forgot that works for kunai. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a second one. Oh my
this
god.
one isn't with
Nice.
advantage though. As
Yeah.
you cut her, she flips around.
Doesn't matter. It's a natural 20, baby.
Nat 20.
Hey! Nice. Get that full dice damage.
So that's so I take the 6, and then plus 5 is 11, then plus 3 is 14.
14 damage. Dang.
Very nice.
Okay. This one hits her and just right into her shoulder, and she drops to a knee just for a second, and then with a roar, rips it out, throws it back at you.
Oh, dang.
Let's see. She's not great at this.
She's gonna throw. She's throwing something at me.
She rips
Yeah,
out the
come on.
kunai, throws it at you. Unfortunately, she only gets a 12.
I mean, something's coming at me, so can't I just deflect missile?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I would love to catch it.
Okay, you catch it, and as you catch it, you look up to notice that she, at the same time, you throw it back, but you see her hulking form is charging towards you. She was like right on the heels of that throw with her
fine.
spear. So you throw it back at her.
Yeah,
Roll an
I'm gonna use
attack.
my key point to throw it back.
Nice.
I'm wrestling with Kellwise while this is
18.
And 18 hits.
Stop wrestling with me. I'm looking for those flowers on the
Is
shore.
it do a? Yeah, I do. 6.
6 damage. All right, you throw it. It hits her. She goes into what looks like a blinding rage as her eye, the blacks of her eyes start to turn white and red. She's just held up now, standing on instinct as the spear comes flipping around 3 more times at you.
She hits me once. I'm toast.
14.
I'm toast.
You said
12.
16 was your armor class.
Oh, 14. Sorry, I was thinking damage. Yeah, no, 14 does not hit.
14. A
Nope.
12.
Does not hit.
But if it comes around with a 10.
Just
Oh.
She's right in front of you. Or just a whirling
Lucky.
staff of death. But Pup, it's your turn.
Really staff of death.
Oh, this is so fun! And I smack at her with my my bop stick.
attack.
And that is 19.
A 19 hits.
Oh, sorry,
Nice.
not 19. That is a 24. But yes, no, still.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was concerned about that.
Even numbers,
That
but yeah.
is 6 damage.
6 damage. You
6
smack her again,
damage.
and her body just kind of slumps over.
I try to catch
she
her.
doesn't slump over. She falls down to one knee with an arm down. And then you catch her as her body again starts to slowly slump from there. And she just kind of falls down, passed out.
Should we do a little bit of healing? Anybody? Or
Yeah, can you-
yeah. I got it.
yeah, that would.
You see,
oh,
my
that's
nose is like
usually-
hella bleeding.
Yeah.
I'm
I have like my eyes like swollen. I have 6 HP.
I'll give cure
Oh,
wounds to
you
both of
can't
you.
see, but we're all applauding you.
Okay.
This guy's perfect. talking about? No,
You
I
cure wounds and she got up.
It's perfect.
Oh, wow.
You're awesome. Can you teach me how to do that spin thing that you did? That was incredible.
Maybe with some years of training, I could teach you.
Can
I
you
have
teach
not
me
been
today,
bested
tonight?
in many years. Since my mother, actually.
I said I knew your mom's
You
awesome.
are
I miss
incredible.
her. Thanks. You think I'm incredible? You should see these guys. These guys know how to fight even better than me.
Oh,
Yeah, you.
I'll
I
take
said.
your word for it. Here, I have something for you. In fact, for besting me, I bestow this upon you. And she gives you these leather bracers that look beautiful, and they're immaculate, and they have
Finally!
this almost glow to them.
What do they do, James?
These have been passed down from my family, and now that the fleet is no more, I can't think of anyone more worthy of them than you. So when my mother respected enough not to kill outright, well, take them with you, and take
Thank you
the
so
will
much.
of the fleet with you as well.
I will. Do you guys have like a saying or something that I should pass on or say every time that I fight or do something? Do you have traditions?
No, just don't lose your warrior spirit.
On it. Got done.
Well, it was
You're
great to meet you.
awesome.
I
It was
should
great to
go-
meet you
I
too.
should go help my father.
Okay.
And this ringing in my head, it's gonna.
Yeah. Oh, here, take this. It'll help. And I hand her a jar of honey.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you know my
Wait, do
father
you
loves this.
Do you like
stuff.
spicy?
Spicy,
Yeah.
but of course.
I hand her a jar of hot honey.
She takes it and just. Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
I'll see you around. Maybe we can spar again.
Yeah.
And you feel these bracers have this glow to them, almost as if they have this like shielding light on them that you hold onto, and it's not quite armor, but these bracers feel very defensive.
Nice.
Almost like they would add 2 to your AC.
Crazy.
Well, not
Oh, wow.
being armor.
Yeah. Like if I were to look
Ooh.
them up on a website, what would I
Like
look up?
Etsy or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pop.
Wow. Great
Yeah.
job.
Punch me. I bet you can't. These figures give me power.
All right, Cornelia, roll an attack.
Aw.
She's like 19.
I rolled a 12.
There you go. And the bracers
wow.
themselves.
Left hand.
I don't even skirt. I just put my hand on your head.
Ooh.
I just
I rolled a 22
Your little
for my
arms.
left hand.
rolled a what?
22.
Ow. I said 1, not 2.
Oh, sorry.
Like a little bit of blood comes out.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And yeah, you noticed that the elves and everyone were watching you pretty keenly, but they didn't interfere at all.
I turn around and I
Resident
bow
would be
to all
so
of
proud
them.
of you, pup.
I bow to all the elves watching.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it for Pup, the
And there's
victor
like a
of
scattering
battle.
of gnomes
Hip, hip,
and
hooray.
uncast and such, which clap with reverence.
Huzzah!
Most of them just kind of terrified, like maybe they know the
You're
reputation of Ogdina or something, and for Pup to have bested Ogdina means something here. That's street cred.
Do any of you think the fact that they didn't intervene might spell bad omen for if we all get attacked out here, and maybe they'll just leave us alone to die and maybe only help themselves? Is that just me that got that?
They probably knew it was all
Did they?
fun and games.
Well, they know Agdina, and they've seen me around. We just got them all drunk, so.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Is this a new shift?
All right.
actually?
It's got to be the new shift, really. Yeah. Last shift
Yeah,
left.
and it's midday by now. You guys see the sun is pretty high. And you guys are all still pretty tired. I think you didn't really sleep the night before escaping.
Well, the only thing that I want to do is maybe talk to Arena, because maybe she has a writ. And we're supposed to have dinner with them if you guys want to join.
That would be fantastic.
Still pretty hungry after the fish stew.
Yeah.
It was a light meal.
I think Pup, Pup can't see very well, so maybe just let them rest for
Oh
a bit
no,
as
it's
well.
fine. It's just my eyeball, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's just mostly right in that area, yeah.
Just my face, but like other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah.
She's got one good eye.
Okay.
Join the club.
Yeah.
She's got one good eye, she's fine. Or they're fine. Alright, yeah, that sounds good. I'm done.
Well, I don't think it's dinner time yet, so we have time to kill.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of time. I was gonna go pick some of those flowers. What were they called again? What that made it
Heron
smell
flowers.
like? Yeah, those. Gonna go get some of those. And I heard something about fishermen down near the pond. And
Yeah, and you see there's a few halflings and a few gnomes just kind of merrily chit-chatting. There's like a little dock, not very big, not big enough for your ship to have docked at, but like almost like a little pier that sits out into the lake, and there's a bunch of just halflings and gnomes just sitting out there fishing. And it looks like, you know, the look of people who are just fishing because they're not trying to catch anything really. It's just the act of fishing, really.
Yeah.
And you can respect that kind of spirit, right? Just having your line out in the water.
And I want to go. I just want to go join them and silently sit, staring at the pond, fishing at the same. Yeah.
And as you pull out your
just
line and you
relaxing.
cast it, you see a number of eyes turn to you. There's a silent nod, and then they all just kind of sit. Some of them whistling a tune, some of them just staring out into the water. And there's something about fishing, a sense of deep contemplation about the bigger questions in life, and the bigger fish in life, and how they just kind of go hand in hand.
What is Cowwise contemplating?
Well, you know, he was looking around. He heard halflings. He thought maybe Ander had ended up here. Looked around, you know, just cautiously, not too much.
No Ander.
I know it's a long shot,
No Anders.
but I had to look around, you know, a little bit. And of course,
and you're looking for like a 25-year-old, older Ander.
Yeah.
As you look around, but nothing. No one catches your eye.
Yeah. That's okay. For now, at least there's fish, or water. Maybe there's fish.
What you've seen, I mean, Ogden said that they had caught some fish, and you had some fish too. So there's got to be fish somewhere.
Got to be fish somewhere.
Yeah. As I do that, Cornelia, you were looking around. What are you and Rezik doing?
That's a good question. I was gonna join Arena and her family later for dinner because they had mentioned
Okay.
a stew or
And
something.
you find out where
but
Burpo
I'm
and
not sure.
Jelby kind of set up with their grandkid. No Arena yet, but they are starting to set up that stew, that famous stew that you had heard of.
Maybe I'll help out unless Rezik, you need me for something, or what are you gonna?
No, that sounds charming. Let's help them set up and cook a little bit. That sounds great.
All right, Rezik, you and
normal things.
you and Eva help out, but you do notice Eva almost not translucent, but not quite as bright as she was. This amulet, you see, the amulet itself, the glow is just a little bit less, like very, very, almost imperceptibly less. It catches you off guard, and you notice she's a little bit more winded than she was before, but she seems maybe just tired after everything that's happened.
Okay, well, after seeing that, actually, Cornelia, would it be all right if I went over to Ogden and had him look at Eva's amulet?
Yeah, of course. Do you need help?
No. We should be fine. I just want to make sure that everything's all right.
All right.
Okay, we'll be back in a little while. We'll back for dinner time.
Okay. You take the amulet over to Ogden, who's just looking at stuff. As Cornelia, you help set up the Beatfoot stew, and you take it over to Ogden. And Ogden, immediately when you hold it out, his eyes just kind of light up. Well, his eye lights up as the Cyclops, the greatest of magical identifiers, looks at this amulet.
Not the greatest Cyclops.
And
That's Cornelia.
very strong magic.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely.
But
It's strained.
Yes,
Interesting.
they're very strong. It's not strong enough.
Oh no. Do you think that maybe if we use it a little bit less, it might be able to? I don't know. It's not
You
good.
need to find a host for
Oh.
Eva.
Oh, I was fearing this. Right. Of
Anchor
course.
her into this world.
A host. Okay.
But you're safe for now. Very strong
Gotcha.
magic.
Would you happen to know of any way to maybe prolong this magic on this amulet, just so you don't have to find? I don't know how long it will take to find another body.
Maybe feed other magic?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before. This is like
interesting.
dark magic.
This is dark magic. Oh wow! I had no idea. We showed you that ring that was had a lot of dark magic. That cursed
Oh,
ring.
yeah.
Remember that?
That ring, no good. No good either.
Yeah, no
Bad.
good. Yeah.
Very bad.
Yes, very bad indeed. Well, I'm surprised. You are one of the best in the world, so I'm surprised you haven't seen anything as crazy as this before. All right, well, you by the way, you wouldn't happen to be selling any magical items by chance, would you? Or...
Maybe. What you look for, huh?
I don't know. What do you have in stock?
One
Anything fun?
Just a moment.
Pup, what were those flowers called again? I need to write them down.
Karen.
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 Flowers.
Like
Like how I was
I
being
need
a
a-
Karen
See,
at
like I need a
the
man-
door,
Karen flowers.
or like a Karen Terrier. Like I want to speak to the manager, Karen, or like bark bark, Karen.
So he shows you a whole swath of different kinds of items.
Ooh, fun.
A few scrolls.
Oh, okay.
Some of them look very divine. Magics that you put your magic into, but you're not sure if they're quite something that you could replicate on your own, as they tap into a different source, but you could use them, the scrolls, the one time.
Okay.
You find a small ring, and you find a very very light plate of armor made of a very light but sturdy metal.
Interesting.
Mithril.
And you find also a magically enhanced suit of leather armor and a magically enhanced shield.
And Resik buys every one of them.
Yeah, seriously, is there anything gnome-sized?
Well, for what you know, most magic items tend to fit the wearer.
Very good.
And also what is this? Ooh, okay. A strange looking wand that has like almost like mini explosions of color going on inside it.
Oh my. You
I
have a lot of
20
very...
wands. We're like pulling out all the wands and we won't know which one does which.
This one. Oh wait, no, this
Can
one.
you start labeling them? Have like little pieces of tape at the end of all of them.
Yeah.
We can go through all those, but there's a number of scrolls. One of them you find is almost crafted in what looks like a steed of some sort.
Oh, nice.
One of them looks like a growth of spikes. One of them looks like a lightning spell of some sort. And then another that looks like a thunderous spell, too.
Oh, okay.
And then you find one very, very, very expensive looking scroll that's intricate. And it denotes not invisibility, but a greater form of invisibility. Almost as if it has tacked on dark runes to make the power even more effective.
Gotcha.
But as you're looking at all this stuff, which we'll go over, you look over as a procession of gnomes in fine robes comes out of the gate. And Cornelia, you recognize, though 25 years older, you recognize your friend Arena come out. And immediately she sees Burpo and Jelby and her daughter and rushes over to them. And she doesn't seem to notice you, Cornelia. Now, you have got like an eye patch and like a bum leg, and you're probably missing half your hair still for some reason. But
that
she
grew
runs
back.
over
It
and
grew
gives
back when
you-
she gained 10 years.
7 years.
and her hair is like super long. She comes out, gives them a big, big hug, talking a million miles a minute as she's heard about the attack on Tinyboots. And as in this big reunion, she looks over and there's just this moment. And then she realizes, Cornelia. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Hey, nice. All
Tear
right.
up again.
Aw.
Keyword is
Well,
tear.
Aw,
not
this is
tear.
so
We've got our
nice. I
gambling
love
one
this.
Tear up.
I love getting into Cornelia stuff. This is amazing.
I hate it. There's too many feelings.
Aw.
Too many feelings. And Razzik, we can go over if you want to purchase any of that stuff.
Yeah,
Share with everyone, because other people might want to buy some stuff too.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely share. Don't worry.
We'll go over all that stuff. Well, it feels good to be back.
Feels good to be back, baby.
2023. It's my new dance move I learned.
Yeah.
That's good.
23. Hey.
The crab.
Yeah, the crab. Thank you everyone for watching. Feels good to be back. Thanks for waiting so many weeks for the next episode of this. It's been almost a month. We'll be back next week, probably. Who knows? Schedules have been crazy lately, and disease has been crazy lately. So, who knows? But we'll probably be back next week with more Chronicles and Aventide. Same bat time, same bat place.
Hex of
But
Ellazar.
until then, please, everyone, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Do not get sick, because it sucks.
Yeah, don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Do it,
Yeah.
Just
man.
don't do it.
But please, really do take care of yourselves. And we'll see you next week on MinusOneCHarisma for more of our Chronicles and Aventide. Everyone have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.